Hello, I'm Kate and I'm really passionate about having a healthy lifestyle and being really physically fit and active. So I wanted to make a short video exploring how I still manage to do that even on the days when motivation is really low. And I'm going to have a look at my day yesterday as a little example. So my number one tip is if you really don't want to do something, like go for a run or go to the gym or even eat a salad, you've got to tell yourself, instead of saying I don't want to do this, tell yourself I do want to do this because the end results are going to be worth it and I want the end results. So for me, that is the April London Marathon. I'm getting a personal best in it. And it's also loving the body I have so that I end up with the body that I want. I have body dysmorphia and I realise that to a lot of people I probably look absolutely fine, but that doesn't make my body dysmorphia any less valid and it doesn't mean it doesn't affect me. Body dysmorphia can affect absolutely anyone. And for me, it's such a massive thing because I spent a lot of my teen years and a lot of my 20s being told that my figure was the only thing I had going for me. So that felt like the one thing I could control.
This was me back in 2021. And quite honestly, I think I look banging, but I was living my life at about 50%. I felt out of control in most ways that counted. So this felt like one thing I could get a handle on. I'd binge eat on foods I like and then I'd make myself throw up, which I'm really ashamed of. And I'd feel like I was a terrible person if I didn't force myself to cycle 300 miles and run 30 miles every single week. Now, obviously, unless you're a professional athlete or you're retired, that's not sustainable. So this is me now, and I am almost 2 whole stone heavier than I was at any point back then. Am I happy and am I comfortable like this? Honestly, no, I'm really not. There's no two ways about it. I did enjoy being 5'10" and weighing 10 stone. I was confident that I looked good most of the time, but, and this is an absolutely ginormous but, I was unhappy in almost every single other way that counted. And did it fix my feelings of not being worthy and not being enough? Of course it didn't. So for me today, it's about 2 different things. The first of those is developing a really bulletproof relationship with food. And the second is about getting out there and moving in every kind of weather and having fun while doing it. Because would we value achievements if they didn't involve effort? We wouldn't. It is raining sideways in Grisdale Forest today. What fun. And it's even more fun because earlier this week, everything froze to make this really thick verglass that was actually too thick even for my micro spikes. And it is well above freezing today, but it hasn't thawed properly. What's happened is that there's this ice that's just been covered by more rainfall, so it's properly sketchy. So yesterday I had a 7-mile run to do as part of my London Marathon training plan, and I'm actually being a massive hypocrite because I spent the entire day telling myself why going out for a run was going to be absolutely horrible. I eventually went out just as it was going dark and that caused me loads of problems.
So for a situation like this, my top 3 tips would be, number 1, tell yourself that once you've done your warm up and your running shoes are on, that's it, there's no going back. Number 2, wear the right gear, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a sec. And number 3, don't use food as a reward because that can just set you back. So my reward for getting this 7-mile run done was to sit by my fire for half an hour with a lovely book that I'm currently reading all about trees.
This is about 2 miles into the run and I'm wearing long lycra shorts. If my clothes are tight, they have to be long. Otherwise I suffer from terrible chafing, particularly when it's wet. And I'm also wearing a long sleeve North Face top that's super lightweight and breathable, but also really moisture wicking. This is quite a personal thing, but unless it's about -10 outside, I just tend to overheat as soon as I start running up a hill. You can also see I've got a Gore-Tex coat tied around my waist, but that was really just to get me out the door. I often also wear a hat and thick waterproof socks. That way, if it really is chilly out, I'm less likely to get hypothermia without realising it. I wear Hoka Mafate shoes and I absolutely love them because they're brightly coloured and they're so well cushioned. I was losing the light really quickly and I nearly slipped over a couple of times. So in a situation like that, how do I keep on going? A couple of tips I have. The first would be to listen to some really bouncy music, certainly nothing intellectual. A favourite of mine is Sabrina Carpenter, or you could just think about something you find really engaging. And again, a favourite of mine is to try and design my dream garden in my head. Go figure. But anything could work. Like you could design your dream house, or you could plan your dream holiday. All done. So that was 7 miles I was seriously proud of. So this photograph was obviously not taken yesterday, but it was taken at a time when I was actually a really similar weight and shape to what I am now. I've spoken about the exercise I did yesterday. Now I'll just speak briefly about the food I ate. So the first thing I have to say about my food is that I do not count calories, but I also don't snack, and I make sure I eat really substantial and satisfying meals. So for me personally, that is not a salad or a bowl of fruit. I made myself this really thick, warm winter soup for lunch, and it was delicious. I'm really bad for skipping breakfast. I'm way too obsessed with this iced coffee, and I drink far too much of it. For dinner, I decided to go for one of my absolute favourites. I love pizza, but I decided to be a bit creative and make it with whole wheat tortillas to hopefully make it a little bit more healthy as well. I decided to put on spinach and olives and onion, and also an egg for a little bit of extra protein. But of course, a pizza wouldn't be a pizza without a bit of parmesan and some cheddar as well. The end result was insane, even if I do say so myself.
If you are also somebody who wants to live and eat really healthily but can sometimes overthink it, then I hope that this video has been really helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.